Hey, it's your man Doc Love, aka the Breakup Coach, back with another relationship tip. Now, recently, I've heard a few people say that you learn relationship through experience. Now, I don't believe that's the best way to learn it, even though that is one way to learn it. So I want to talk about other ways that you can learn relationship and how I believe these other ways are a better way so you can have a better relationship. Now, what I teach people is that there are three ways you learn relationship. The first way is through being taught relationship, either through a coach or a parent or someone that knows a lot about it, or being self-taught. That means you take it upon yourself to go out here and get the information you need about relationships so you can have the healthy relationship you want. Now, the second way is through observation, and that is observing healthy and happy relationships. Now, we have to understand that that needs to be observing in context. And what that means is you know that this is a healthy, happy relationship. Like, let's say your parents' relationship or your grandparents, or maybe an uncle or aunt that's in a good and healthy relationship. Now, the third way is a way that we know, and that is experience. And that is a good way to learn relationship, but not the best way. And here's why. When we are taught healthy and happy relationship, either by someone or we learn it by teaching ourselves this, and we put that together with observing happy relationships and healthy relationships, that shapes the relationship experience that we have. And what I mean is this: if we do it the opposite way, meaning experience first, or that being the main way that we learn, and that experience is a bad one, then we don't have any information to help us get out of that bad experience and stop us from having another bad experience, because we weren't taught good, healthy relationship skills, and we didn't observe good, healthy relationships. This is why oftentimes someone can have an experience like an abusive relationship because maybe they weren't taught or didn't learn and observe happy and healthy relationships. Now, let me give you two reasons why I believe, if you don't believe yet that it is positive to be taught and to observe relationship first, why it is a good way to do this. Now, take for example, if you are in school, let's say you're in the 8th grade and you have a project where you're working on a volcano, for example. What's going to happen? First, the teacher is going to teach you about volcanoes, how it works, how they are, what forms them, and things of that nature. Then the teacher might do a video or show a video where you all can observe someone else giving a documentary about volcanoes. Then you'll have the experience now of maybe putting together a project where you're doing volcanoes, you'll do your own volcano, but see how the process was. You were first taught what volcanoes were, then you observed what they look like and how they work, and then you had the experience of doing the project yourself. Now, another example would be, let's say, in the workplace. Now, let's just say you started working on a help desk, and this is your first day on the help desk. If we want to lead with experience, then what will happen? They'll just throw us on the phone and say, go ahead, answer the call. Well, they didn't teach you how to greet the customer. You really might not know what the customer needs, what the lingo is for that job, and what they're even asking about, if they're asking about a different application or whatnot. So that's why when you start that job, they start by what? Teaching you about the company, teaching you about the job, what all the roles are in the job, and what information you need to know to help the customer. Then what happens? They will let you sit down with an experienced person from the help desk and observe them go through the process of everything that you were taught. Now you're seeing someone go through all the things that they've been teaching you in class. Then they will sit you down and say, now we feel that you're comfortable enough to now take calls. So this is the reason why the process of being taught relationship, then observing relationship in a healthy way, is going to shape the experience that you have and make that a happy and better experience. This is the reason why I'm such an advocate of relationship education, because by teaching ourselves relationship skills and knowledge that we need, it's going to help to combat all of the negative experiences that we've had. It makes it harder for someone like myself to teach and coach someone that has had a lot of bad experiences, because those experiences are visceral and we remember those bad relationships and those bad relationship experiences. So for anyone that's out there that's a parent or someone that knows that there are people that listen to you when it comes to relationship or listen to what it is that you're talking about, understand teaching is the first tool that we should be using to allow that person to learn relationship in a positive way. Then if we can, of course, allow them to observe all of the positive information that they can about relationships. We know that social media is out here and they're teaching a lot of things that's not positive at all and showing our people and a lot of negative information that's going to be combating anything that we try to do. So that's why it's so deathly important for us to be able to understand that putting out positive relationship information and giving positive examples and role models for positive relationships is so vital and so important for our community.